there wasn't pain, it wouldn't be worth it. Hello, good morning. How's it going, Liz? Alrighty. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 83 with David McDonald, the GOAT. And let's do it. Saturday morning grinding. You already know. Early morning grinding. All right, I'll see you on the other side. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. So, if you're just joining us for the first time, now we're going to get into our reading exercise. We are reading, I'm reading the Four Disciplines of Execution. We've already completed or 2.5 books in the 83 days that we've been on this journey. And so we're just going to keep moving along here, and I'll see you all in 15 minutes on the other side. Alrighty, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Steph. Good morning, brother. Okay, welcome back. So, if you're joining us for the first time, um, we're going to get into our journaling exercise or journaling routine. And the way I usually start my journal off is just by writing about what I'm thankful for. And then you can write about really anything, anything that's on your mind, um, any reality that you want to change. You can do all of those things by simply writing them down in your journal. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Let's get it. All right. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining today. That ends our routine. And I was talking to my brother yesterday, and long story short, kind of one thing that we came to, or one thing that I suggested was when you're when you're moving to accomplish your dreams and create a life. Excuse me. When you're when you're working to accomplish your dreams and change your life, right? Mm, work from your dream backwards. So, for example, you may have gotten like a really good opportunity, new opportunity for you to make some money doing this or doing that, or maybe you know linked up with some people who open your eyes to something new, whatever it may be, right? You take the opportunity, you get excited about the opportunity, then you figure out how you can build within that opportunity, right? Like where the next level of managements will be, how much are the raises, you know, per promotion that you're going to get, how fast they will come, etc., etc. But the cool thing is when you work opposite from the end of like where you want to be and what you want to achieve and what you want to do with your life. Look, look, look from the end, and then come all the way back to the highest position you can potentially achieve at that, you know, at that opportunity or wherever that space is for you. And ask yourself one fundamental question. It could save you a lot of time. Is the end goal for where I'm going to be in this new place, you know, whatever it may be, how we define it, however you define it, is that gonna bring me happiness? Am I going to be able to um, live the life that I really want to live, have all the things that I really want to have, and enjoy life peacefully the way that I want to enjoy it? And if the answer to that question is no, then there may be some other considerations that may be thought about in that, you know, in that space. You know, how long should you be at that new opportunity, or how long should you be in this space where this new opportunity exists? Um, uh, um, what's going to be your next plan of action to get to the next level? Are you thinking big enough? So, for example, I might have talked about this once before, but I'm very like I love education to a very high degree. Like I love education. I enjoy it very much. So for a long time, and I love kids. I adore kids. They're so amazing and honest and truthful and tell you how it is, respectfully, of course. If you're not respectful, you gotta spank them. I'm just checking. But um, no, so I wanted to be a school teacher for a really long time. I want to be an attorney. That's always been my dream since I was a little kid. But once I got into college, I realized that I really wanted to be in the education sector. Um, and over time, like going through school for 16 years, and then going through my 4 year program, I just was like, okay, I'm thinking about becoming a school teacher. But then I applied what I just said, and I said, well, you know, but I want to have a really nice house. You know, I want to have multiple properties. I want to have a Lamborghini. I want to have, you know, luxury cars. I want to be able to, you know, supply for my family or provide for my family, near and far. You know, I want to be able to be comfortable enough to start, you know, scholarship foundations and things like that. And I mean, I know I can do all of those things. And I don't need to make a lot of money, but you know, quite frankly, like I want to buy a football team, you know, like or some type of franchise team. That would be, you know, super superb, and that's a half. You know, right now the going ticket, depending on, you know, how many partners you have, is a half a billion, you know, or half of a couple $1 billion. And so, you know, my dream is like that. That's my dream. So it's out there. It's really big. and very attainable. And so my point is I wasn't going to be able to do that making $40,000 a year on the salary, as a school teacher. But I know I wanted to always be in front of other people, like in the sense of, like, just again, just being an educator, or being a, I don't really like calling it a teacher, because once you're a teacher, you assume the role of not being able to be taught to a degree. In my mind, I don't know why I think that, but I'm a student, and I will forever be a student of life. And so I'm always learning. And so my point is I had to work backwards to say, okay, if I'm a school teacher, then is that going to allow me to live the life that I truly dream of living, and the life that I see myself living? The answer to that question immediately was no. So then that's when I went and did finance, right? So my point is, gradually I said, okay, will this area, or will finance be the area that takes me to get me to where I want to be? The answer to that question is no. And then, you continue to build, and I started my own business, and I started another business. You just keep going, you keep moving on this spectrum until you find that thing that either A, brings you so much joy that your big goal or your big dream um, is toned down, which I don't, I'm kind of indifferent about that, because I don't believe in dimming your light, because everything is attainable. It just takes time. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, um, you know, how long are you going to be in this place until you can transition out and exceed your expectation and take it to the next level? The beautiful thing is just having that end goal. It's not only going to help you establish what you're doing today, and how that is, what you're doing today and how that's going to help you lead to your next level or your next step. But it also helps you create a clear goal on what you want. And that's really important, because when you have something that you're working toward, obviously, this book does a great job explaining that. When you have a set focused goal on what you want to achieve, then you achieve it. And then things that you don't even think about, in terms of opportunities, start to show up. And so, not to say that if you are a school teacher, you can't earn or you can't achieve this goal, because like I just said, um, it's a matter of how long is it going to take. And when you see that goal, you can figure out a practical way. Maybe it's sometime out of the classroom that may create the opportunity for you to achieve this bigger goal or this bigger dream, right? There's so many different things that you can get pulled into when you have your goal in mind. So be grateful and be thankful and humbled by the opportunities that are presented and where you are today. And then, sometimes slap yourself back into reality. And I said it yesterday, pay attention and just be grateful for the things that you've achieved up to this point. Because what I realized is, you have a goal to make X amount of thousands of dollars a month. You make that goal, right? You double that goal, you know, you double that goal, and then you start looking around and you're like, well, like, what's next, Like, how much more can I make? $100,000 a month, $500,000 a year. And then you sit there and you ask yourself, and it's like, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a year. And you just sit there and you're like, okay, I've accomplished this goal of making X amount of dollars per month. And now I'm looking around and I'm like, what's next? Sometimes that can be stressful. Yeah, sometimes that can be stressful. So my encouragement here is just to scale back and say, look, like, at one point in time, I needed a job, right? I got a job and I started making money. Now I'm in this job. Check yourself. How are you perceiving this job? How are you waking up and going to work every day? Is your attitude positive? Is it, when you look back and you say, hey, I really needed that job, and now you have a job and you're in your job, are you being grateful of that? And then you say, okay, well, I want to make X amount of dollars, and you get your raise, and you're at your raise. How are you looking at your job at that time? Before, when you needed that raise, or you wanted that raise, you got it, and that's what you asked for, right? So you got to pay attention to those transitions, and then you have to re-strategize your dream. because now you're accomplishing things. You needed a job, you applied a job. Oh my God, nothing's coming to me. Then boom, you get a job, right? And you say, okay, I'm at my job. I don't really like my manager. I don't really like this associate. They end up going to some other, outfit. Your manager ends up getting relocated to another region. You make more money. Then when you make that more money, you just say, I needed a raise. I want a raise, right? You make that raise and you do those things. And then now it's like, okay, you're there now. You got to be standing. You don't have to do anything. You're your own person. But the suggested attitude here, thing that I'm reminding myself of, is you have to be in gratitude and humility at that moment, because that's what you asked for. So now it's like, how do you get more if that's your goal, or how do you get what you really meant to ask for? You specifically lay it out. So anyway, going all the way back to the simple principle, unwinding all the way back down the building. The simple principle here that I realized yesterday while I was talking to my brother was be grateful and be humbled by the new opportunities that present themselves to you, but also just work from the end of where your goals are. Write them down on a piece of paper. It's encouraged, and then say, okay, all of these things, figure out how much they cost, how much money you're going to have to make. Let's say, for example, if you have to make money to have a certain attitude, I mean, again, whatever it is for you, um, you know, work from the end to the beginning. And I think that'll give you a good scope, or a good, at least, driving path to say, okay, is this going to be something I'm going to do forever? And if it is, more power to you. If it's not, then more power to you to change. So, um, yeah, today's going to be a good day. It's 5 a.m. On Saturday at 6 a.m. now. Thank you all for joining me on the journey to greatness today, day 83. We have 7 more days, and we will be at this for 3 months. Something very, very, very good, something very great to be happy about, and very positive. So I love you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, just feel free to reach out to me. You are the greatest you, and today is going to be an excellent day. So thank you, and have a good one.